Hi, this is Walovi, and in this video we are going to learn about renewable energy. But before we get into the topic, we have to know what energy is. So, what is energy? Energy is generally defined as power, strength, or force that can move or activate something. Energy is a fundamental part of the universe. Cars, trains, airplanes, rickshaws, people, and so on can move because of energy. Energy can also be said the ability to do work that cause change. Energy cannot be destroyed, but can be transformed. Globally, oil provides 33% of our total energy supply, followed by natural gas by 24% and coal by 28%. In total, fossil fuels make up 86% of our total energy supply. Hydropower by 7% and nuclear by 4% make up the rest. Wind power, solar power, and other forms of renewable energy are growing rapidly, but can only meet about 3% of global energy. Renewable energy is a source of energy that can be quickly recovered naturally, and the process is sustainable. Thus, the existence of this type of energy could be said to be inexhaustible. Renewable energy consists of solar, wind, biomass, geothermal, and hydroelectric energy. The most common source of renewable energy comes from solar power. Sunlight is one of the most abundant, easily accessible, and freely available sources of energy. The amount of sunlight reaches the surface of the Earth in 1 hour is more than enough to meet the energy needs of planet Earth for a whole year. Solar energy technology is generally categorized into two groups. There are active and passive utilization technology. This grouping depends on the process of conversion, absorption, and distribution of solar energy. Active use of solar energy are the use of photovoltaic panels and heat-absorbing panels. Passive use of solar energy include directing a building towards the sun, choosing a building with good thermal mass or light dispersion ability, and designing spaces with natural air circulation. Solar panels are a component that can be used to convert sunlight into electrical energy using a principle called the photovoltaic effect. The electrical energy produced will be used for electricity needs and some are stored first with a battery. In 2011, the International Energy Agency stated that the development of affordable, inexhaustible, and clean solar energy technologies will provide great long-term benefits. Wind can be an alternative energy, although its nature tends to change according to seasonal and environmental conditions. Wind has the property that it will continue to move and will not cause emissions and waste. This wind is caused by the uneven heating of the Earth's surface with the sun. Hot air rises and cold air flows to take its place. The temperature differences in two places results in different air pressure, so that it can produce wind. Wind energy has been used for several hundred years. Initially, they were used in large sailing windmills with 4 to 6 arms, but at present, the design of windmills is more like a blade with only 3 arms in general. Wind is the movement of air and has been known to drive turbines. Wind turbines are used to produce kinetic energy and electrical energy. In areas that are airy and have strong constant winds such as offshore and highlands, usually wind farms are built. Biomass is a term used to describe all organic compounds that come from cultivated plants, algae, and organic waste. Biomass becomes a renewable energy source if the extraction rate does not exceed the production rate, because basically biomass is the material produced by nature in a relatively short time, through various biological processes. There are 3 forms of biomass use: solid, liquid, and gas. Direct use is usually in the form of a flammable solid, either firewood or combustible plants. Plants can be cultivated specifically for burning or can be used for other purposes such as being processed in certain industries. Its waste can be burned and used as fuel. The manufacture of biomass briquettes also uses solid biomass, where the raw material can be in the form of pieces of solid biomass or that has gone through certain processes such as pyrolysis to increase the percentage of carbon and reduce its water content. However, this energy is less efficient because it requires large amounts of wood or tree raw materials to make charcoal. Liquid biomass fuels are usually in the form of bioalcohols such as methanol, ethanol, or in the form of biodiesel. Biodiesel can be used in modern diesel vehicles with little or no modification, and can be obtained from plants or crops that contain oil, such as palm oil, copra, castor seeds, and algae, also animal oils and fats. Those materials have gone through various processes such as esterification. Depending on the potential of each region, corn, sugar beet, sugarcane, and several types of grass are cultivated to produce bioethanol. As we can see in this picture, biogas can easily be produced from various wastes from industries that exist today, such as paper production, sugar production, livestock manure, and so on. The various waste streams must be diluted with water and allowed to naturally ferment, producing methane gas. The residue from this fermentation activity is a fertilizer that is rich in nitrogen, carbon, and minerals. Geothermal energy is a relatively environmentally friendly energy source because it comes from the heat inside of the Earth. 20% of geothermal energy comes from the energy of planet formation, and its 80% comes from the radioactive decay of minerals. The geothermal gradient, defined by the temperature difference between the Earth's core and its surface, controls the continuous conduction that occurs in the form of heat energy from the core to the Earth's surface. Generating electricity with geothermal is done by drilling the ground in areas that have geothermal potential to make hot gas holes that will be used to heat the boiler so that the steam can drive the steam turbine connected to the generator. The exploration costs as well as the capital costs of geothermal power plants are higher than other power plants that use fossil fuels. However, once it starts operating, the production costs are low compared to fossil fuel power plants. In addition to generating electricity, geothermal energy can also be used for heating pumps, bath equipment, space heating, greenhouse for plants, and industrial processes. Hydroelectric can generate electrical energy that comes from the kinetic energy of water. By building a dam or barrier, a large reservoir can be used to create a controlled flow of water that will drive turbines and generate electricity. Water power is utilized in the form of power generation dams, microhydro, and run the river. Microhydro power plants are gaining popularity as an alternative source of energy, especially in remote areas. Microhydro power systems can be installed in small rivers and do not require large dams, so that the impact on the environment is very small. A microhydro power plant can be used directly as an engine drive or used to drive an electric generator. Meanwhile, the run-of-river is built by utilizing the kinetic energy of the water flow without the need for a large water reservoir. Most of our coal is in natural forest areas, which means that to do mining we have to sacrifice our precious natural forests. In addition, coal is also a major contributor to greenhouse gases. The relentless buildup of greenhouse gases that causes global warming and climate change has disturbed the balance of ecosystems and human life. To solve various environmental problems and prevent the scarcity of non-renewable energy, we must make an energy transition and energy conservation. The energy transition means an overhaul of the energy supply by abandoning oil, coal, gas, and nuclear power while increasing the generation of renewable energy. Renewable energy analysis argue that switching from fossil fuels to renewable fuels is not only necessary but possible. Apart from the energy transition, energy conservation is also needed. Energy conservation is the efficient and rational use of energy without reducing the use of energy which is really necessary for the sustainability of human life and the surrounding environment. Saving energy is an essential element of an energy policy. Energy savings reduce energy consumption and energy demand. Reduced energy demand can provide flexibility in choosing energy production methods. Simple steps that can be taken as an energy conservation effort are using energy-saving technology, adopting a culture of energy saving. The application of energy conversion includes planning, operating, and monitoring energy utilization. It is undeniable that the use of fossil fuels will not be completely stopped. The high level of its consumption is due to the subsidies provided in producing and consuming them. In 2011, Professor Mark Jacobson has conducted research and scientific studies related to this. He found that the entire world within 20 to 40 years can be powered by clean and environmentally friendly energy with current technology, and at a cost equivalent to fossil energy. Learning about renewable energy with me has come to an end. Hopefully this knowledge can be useful for all of us. Thanks for watching.